Yeah, 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 yeah. We in the meth lab. We in the meth lab once again. Salute to everybody out there. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna let some people come in. Today we're gonna talk about Kanye. You know what I mean? Maybe Kanye should be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be easy and all that. You know, they on his heels. They on his heels. They watching. You know what I'm saying? He's speaking. He's speaking. He might be saying a little bit too much. You understand? They watching. They watching. They watching. Give y'all something to think about real quick. Who else you know, right, that has $9 billion? Not a millionaire, but a billionaire, right? That's actually trying to wake the people up. This don't happen too often. You understand what I'm saying? This is the sign of the times and all that. We got a billionaire right now, a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Not a millionaire, but a billionaire trying to wake the people up. This is the Meth Lab. Calling numbers 516-820-3558. Feel free to call in. StreamYard link is in the comment section. Feel free to hit it. Okay, now, Kanye also compared Kobe Bryant's death to GTA. For any of y'all that don't know what GTA is a game from PlayStation called Grand Theft Auto. So he compared Kobe's death to Grand Theft Auto. All right. We in the meth lab. We in the meth lab. This is Big Twin. Now, the reason why he compared Kobe's death to Grand Theft Auto is he's trying to give y'all analogy, showing y'all that it's all a game. You understand what I'm saying? They playing games. All right. He also talked about Bob Marley, how Bob Marley, you know, allegedly so-called died from the needle in his shoe, which they say gave him cancer. All right. He even spoke on that. You know what I'm saying? Powers that be didn't like that either. You know what I'm saying? So now that's two different things. That's two different things that he said that the higher ups, the powers that be, they didn't like. That's two different things. All right. Now I'm gonna bring y'all to a third thing. He called Universal Records, right? Universal Records a slave ship. Okay. He said Universal Records is a slave ship. But truth be told, all record labels is slave ships. You understand what I'm saying? It's all the record labels are built to give the artists less. You understand what I'm saying? You don't get what you deserve as far as a record label. You get what you negotiate. And a lot of dudes, when they first get on, they so happy. You know what I'm saying? They so happy to actually sign a record deal to the point where they're not even paying attention to the contracts. You know what I'm saying? They just signing. They just signing off right away. You know what I'm saying? They happy. They happy. They happy to sign that actual contract and all that, which is understandable. A lot of dudes is from the hood. A lot of dudes is from poverty. You know what I'm saying? So to get a record contract, that's kind of big right there. Smash the like button as you come in. Anybody who comes into the meth lab spats, smash the like button, please. Smash that. You know what I'm saying? We need them likes. We need them likes so the videos can circulate. You understand what I'm saying? So anybody that signs a record deal is basically going into a slave contract. You know what I'm saying? There ain't too many contracts out there in the music business that favors the artist 100%. You understand what I'm saying? Kanye's waking y'all up to that also. You know what I'm saying? He's letting y'all know. You know what I'm saying? There's another thing he said too, that we should start like our own communities. You know what I'm saying? We should start our own communities where like the grandparents actually look out for the kids. You know, he didn't say the parents, right? He said the grandparents. You know why? Because the grandparents is more seasoned. Your grandparents is a little more seasoned. They know the knowledge right away. You know what I'm saying? Natasha Razor said, I don't trust Kanye anymore. The things he preaches against are the same things he did to his artists. You know, when you listen to Kanye and you watch Kanye, you have to use your third eye. You got to keep your third eye activated. This guy, he speaks in a lot of codes because he knows he can only say but so much. You know what I'm saying? If you studied esoteric information, or you was the type that was reading a lot of books on history, law, and science, you understand where he's getting at. You know what I'm saying? You understand the direction and where Kanye is trying to take things. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta, you gotta understand what he's saying and all that. Everybody ain't gonna get it right away. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna get what he's saying and all that. He's speaking in codes. You know what I'm saying? He can only say but so much. You know what I mean? Shout out to Orlando Roche. Roche, if I said it correctly, Orlando Roche. Yo, peace, peace, brother, peace, peace. You in the meth lab. You already know. Salute for coming through. Salute for, showing support and all that. I see you. I see you. See everybody. You already know. So now, right, let's go back. We got a billionaire. Once again, we got a billionaire taking us out the matrix. All right, you in the meth lab. We in the meth lab right now. We got a guest coming through, and we got the infamous Venezuela Reyes.
Hey,
At it once again in the chat. VR, what's going on?
We outside trying
How's
to get
everything?
this. We chilling, bro. It's great outside, right?
Yeah, you
Sunny,
already know. It's nice. I like that. I like
blue
that air. I like
skies.
that air we got going on.
Yeah. About to get this
Yeah, it's good
sandwich
air. It's
popping.
good air. Yo, VR, what we on right now is I'm talking about like how Kanye kind of leaked out a lot. He said a lot in that interview on Drink Champs. You know what I'm
Man, the
saying?
thing with Kanye is I don't like. It's hard to take a. Let's say, in my opinion, he struggles with his mental issues.
Right,
It's
right,
hard to take him at 1,000 when I know he struggles with mental issues because I'm confused. Sometimes he's on the meds, sometimes he's off the meds. It's hard to
right.
how we know he's 1,000% accurate, and then next month when he takes the meds, he'll be like, "Oh shit, I didn't mean to say that."
Well, see, this is what happens. I don't just listen to his words, right? I also watch his actions, like as far as the haircut, the different fashion. Your actions speak a lot too about who you are as a character and how you think. You understand? So Kanye is speaking, for to be a billionaire, he's kind of saying a lot right now. There is no other billionaires that's trying to wake the people up right now.
Do you
There's only billionaires that's trying to capitalize right now off the people.
do you
He's
feel
actually
like
trying to wake the people up.
his all his stuff is genuine, or does it have financial ends to his madness?
I think that some of it has financial ends, you know what I'm saying? Because like he said on the interview, he wants you to walk in his path. He wants you to understand his ways. You know what I'm saying? He said the yay way. He wants you to understand his ways. So with us understanding his ways, that's also that could also mean us buying his products. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to
Okay,
articulate it correctly. That
yeah.
also could mean us buying his products, you
Cause,
know?
cause me myself, as a parent, as an adult. Let's go first. Let's do it as an adult. As an adult, damn, the things that he say, even if I support him, his actions don't justify none of his stuff. Cause I believe in God too, and if he's taking $500, $1,000 out of my pocket for some shoes that my son wants or that I want, let's say I want or my girl wants, bro, where's Jesus in that, bro? Them shoes is not cheap at all, bro. And they not the greatest shoes on the planet. The material, like, let's keep it all the way 1,000, bro. As an adult, I believe in Jesus too. And what he's doing is, bro, that's ungodly, bro. Cause he's getting us. He's robbing me with the God face on. Let's keep
Right,
it
right, right.
1,000.
But I mean, you 100% believe that though, that he really, you know what I'm saying, that he's a fraud?
I don't think people like no, I don't believe he's a fraud because my other argument is I seen him with his family. I see him with his whole family up in Wyoming. I seen that with my own eyes. Like, damn, it's hard to not believe in somebody who believes in God when their intention is pulling their family together. Because even if they don't eat together and share every meal together, he put them on the stage and he put them together, bro, singing gospel music. Let's keep it 1,000,
Right,
bro. They wasn't singing negative raps. They was singing gospel music in Wyoming, bro. That's that's gangster.
right.
That's
But but
super gangster.
but VR, keep it official though. On a scale from 1 to 10, right? Would you rate his realism, would you validate him from 1 to 10? What number would you give as far as validating him as to be truthful from 1 to 10?
Damn, I rate him higher than a 6. He got a 7 because his bipolarism, his crazy outbursts, all that comes into play, bro. If you grew up in the hood, that's a part of the hood, bro. That emotional instability, bro. That comes from the hood, bro. That comes from having a single mother. that's a product of the environment too, bro. So that's real. I give him that one. Him having a
Mm,
funny wife, crazy wife, like that's real, bro. We do that in the hood, bro. I got baby mothers,
right.
bro. That's real, bro.
And
My baby mother's crazy too.
that's where the most credit gets took from him because of the wife, Kim. Like, who would you know what I mean? Who would choose to marry a person like that? You know
I
what I'm saying?
would.
She been with a lot of dudes and all that in the industry, you
I
know?
would, bro. That happens to all of us, bro. Sometimes the prettiest thing outside is not the prettiest thing inside, and we still go for it, bro. I would, bro. I would. If I was in his shoes, I wouldn't look at Kim Kardashian like a mega slut, bro. Cause I'm in his shoes. I'll be like, damn, maybe that's a rumor. Maybe that's all fake. I would, cause I'm from the hood. That's just cause I'm from the hood. I will believe, like, I will give her the benefit of the doubt, being from the hood, bro. I
Right.
understand him.
And
Why you
and
don't?
and, and we have somebody on the chat. Natasha saying Kim and Kanye are each other's mirror.
That that's a fact, bro. They they
So so
they
so
represent their
basically you would say
dirtiness
they the same?
inside and out. Nah, they not the same, cause damn, if she slept with 1,000 men, it can never be the same for a man. Can't be the same. But their nastiness, like, yeah, they represent each other in that way. Like, they relate. They relate, of course. You look for people who relate to you, not just physically. Physically too. You look for people who look like you, but you look for people who can relate in your sins, bro, in your dirtiness. So you don't get judged at night when you went to bed after you have sexual relations. So you don't get judged, bro. Of course,
Yo, that's heavy right there.
of course. We know this. That's
That's
why
heavy
that's
right
why
there.
gangsters date these type of women.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes yeah, sometimes you stay within your level in your relationship grade. You know, you don't go above or maybe below. You stay right there. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of heavy though, right there. You know?
Your mom's music in the store right now.
Right, right.
Nah, what?
Um,
You don't feel the same way?
um, I don't know because I don't really know his past as far as dealing with like females and all that. I don't know his past. I don't know how he was moving before he was with her, really. So I really can't say too much on that aspect of him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he was moving like before her. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really speak, but I know how she was moving before him. You
Yo, he
understand what
he
I'm saying?
turned he turned hoes into housewives, bro. Come on, that's a miracle of God, bro. That's a
This is what I'm
touch,
trying to
bro.
say right now. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I was talking to some dude yesterday, and he said, "Yo, Kanye is looking like a revolutionary right now." You know what I'm saying? He's looking like a revolutionary. So how you feel about that? You know, you think he's looking like
Damn,
a revolutionary or what?
nah, I don't feel like he's nowhere close to a revolutionary, but he's a man. I give him that much. I'll be like, damn, he's a man. He's a stand up man because he does weirdo shit, but he's doing man shit. But a revolutionary, puppy, no way, bro. You gotta put yourself out there for that shit, bro. And
Right,
he
right.
don't put himself out there like that.
Yo, VR, real quick, if you could mute it when you till you get out the store, because I don't want them to hit me with a copyright claim.
Facts, facts.
Yeah, yeah. This is the meth lab. This is the meth lab. We talking about Kanye. Did Kanye say too much on Drink Champs? Did he bring us out the Matrix? See, Venezuela that was just on, he feels that way. But I feel like Kanye was doing good on Drink Champs. I feel like he was trying to wake people up. Like he was trying to bring people out the Matrix and all that. You know, like Fidel Castro, like Malcolm X, like Martin Luther King. I could go on and on. Huey P. Newton. I could go on and on with the revolutionaries. You know what I'm saying? These are people who tried to wake us up, who tried to bring us out of our regular school, Rome indoctrinated knowledge. You know what I'm saying? All the school knowledge that's in the school textbooks that y'all read, all of that comes from Rome. Okay, the whole entire archdiocese of Rome created the school text to the knowledge, right? That's in the school textbooks over here in America. The papacy of Rome is what built the knowledge that you've came to know from first grade to 12th grade. You understand what I'm saying? This shit is big. This shit is deep. You know what I'm saying? It's heavy right now. Kanye is trying to tell y'all, but he can only say but so much. You understand what I'm saying? Some of it, you're going to have to understand it, like, or get around somebody that may be able to break it all down for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's heavy right now. You had to been studying Illuminati back in the days. You have to have read certain books, studied Phil Valentine, read a lot of books on history, science, and all that to understand where Kanye is coming at with it. You know what I'm saying? We got another guest coming through. We got VR coming back in the chat.
Oh, this is
On
the
the
spot
stream.
right here. We in the okay. We
Where we
outside,
at?
yeah.
Are we on one of these second? One of these second.
They changed it. It's not a Catholic school no more. It's PS51 now.
That's St. Martin's. St. Martin's right there.
They took it
Yeah, I
off.
see St. Martin's. Yo, shout
They
out to
went
St.
back on
Martin's. You already
that.
know. Shout out to Father Flynn. Shout out to
That.
Father Flynn.
That.
That's my guy
They,
right there. You know,
you believe? Do you believe Kanye's a
tall
revolutionary?
colonizer. Huh?
Do you believe Kanye's a revolutionary? He shows you
No,
traits.
no, but I do appreciate the way he's talking right now, how he's trying to wake the people up.
That's
BR, you got to remember, a person at the status that he's at right now, they don't usually talk too much. They don't usually talk the way he's talking. You understand what I'm saying?
Do you think
Feel
that?
free to call in.
Hold on, because we gotta put it in perspective. Do you think he does more than 50 cents? Look at the voice.
Does more than 50?
Yeah, let's keep it real. 50 does a
All
lot
right.
on the low.
But now we talking about two different things, right? Now 50 Cent got out, he got the BMF series going right now. You know what I'm saying? So
Helping
as
black
far as
people, bro.
50,
Everybody's there is black. Everybody in that show.
oh no,
Power.
well, as far as helping people out and putting people on and giving people little lanes and opportunities to make money, yo, salute to 50 for that. Salute to Curtis, you know,
That's a
Curtis. Salute to
revolutionary in
50 for that.
my eyes. Like, damn, if you could make me, if you can help me make money and speak my voice and not try to change my persona, he's not trying to change BFMF. He's just trying to say whatever it was, and he's helping them make
Right,
money and shit.
right.
Yeah, I so like
But
to
you got to
me,
remember too, you know, a lot of dudes think they could bust a move. Like this is not 1988. This is not 1989. You try to bust these moves that like what's his little M.E.T.H and Flannery and his brother Southwest T was busting back in the 80s. You
you
going to
can't do
jail.
that
All
now.
right.
Yeah,
You going to jail. Like this, it's a
it's
new day. You
it's
know,
the
it's a
cell
new day. So
phone.
kids, y'all kids that watch BMF and y'all watch all that, please don't even try to do it. You know, it ain't happening. This is a new time. We in a new world order. It ain't happening. Don't even try to bust a move, take your little money and try to bust a move out here. It ain't happening. It's a new
It's the
day.
cell phones. If you
2021.
read, americano, sí va, gracias. If you look at me personally, though, I'm a reading type of nigga, you heard? So I read court documents. I read mafia documents. I print them shit out just cause I'm at the job and I got nothing to do. Fuck it. And
Right.
if you read their internal documents, like the court papers, bro, it's the cell phone. The police, you got it in your pocket, bro, all the time.
Right.
That's like you can't pull those moves like even in the 2000s, bro. Cause the police, you got them in your pocket, bro. They with you up and down. The police, he's in your pocket, bro.
Right.
It's like you can't like look at Bobby Shmurda. It's over for that street game. The police was in their
This is
pocket
what
the
I'm
whole.
trying to say. Like it's a new day, you know?
It's
It's
a
a
new
new day.
day.
Certain things that got done back then could never get done these days. It could never happen again. You know what I'm saying? It's
even
over.
even in your car. Look, my boy, he's that dude, right? And he put me on to something. He's like when he was reading the manual to your car, like let's say you got a new car, a new Honda, whatever. You know that shit. All them shits got GPS in them, right? Automatically,
Right.
they come with GPS. So he's like, damn, if I catch a body and the car's at the scene of the crime, they're gonna ping the car, bro. If I get caught, they're gonna ping my car, bro. They're gonna put me at the scene of the crime. Look at the Y. case. The car was the ping too, bro. They ping you, and like how you gonna pull that? You got to get like a old car, a car from 1990 for you to do work now, because they
Yeah,
own you,
yeah.
bro.
Oh yeah, now they on our heels and all that. It's a new day. It's a new
It's
day
a
out here.
new
You try to
day,
bust a move,
bro.
you going to jail.
You
Don't even
going to
do it. You know what
jail,
I'm
bro.
saying?
The Mercedes Benz, bro. If you do crimes in them joints, bro, they gonna ping that car, bro. They gonna put like,
It's over.
yo, what car was in the vicinity on the ping? And you got a Mercedes Benz in a fucked up neighborhood, bro. You stick out like a sore thumb. You sticking
Right,
out, bro. You got a Lamborghini in a bad neighborhood. You sticking out like a sore thumb, bro. They gonna ping
right.
you.
listen, VR, it's over. It's over and all that. Them old 1980s still getting money since 88. All them 88 moves, it's over. It's over for all that. It's a new day. You know what I'm saying? Well, y'all gotta wake up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta wake up right now. You
Got
know, we at war.
you know,
You know what I'm saying? We at war right now. You know what I'm saying? You getting
yeah.
forced to mandate to do this and do that.
We
Come
at
on, we
war,
at war
yeah.
right now.
The
You know, and we
civilians.
laying down, letting it happen to us too. We ain't doing
That's
nothing about it.
the
You know?
civilians is that's it, bro. Like that's it, bro. They went after the first responders. You already should know as a gangster, like, oh shit, they went after the first responders. What they gonna do to
Right,
me?
right, right.
I seen your joy with Joe Button, bro. I like that. I like how you didn't like when weirdos was around your
I met
family.
son. VR, I met
Yeah.
son. Like I was around son. Son was around my family members that passed away. That's not even here no more. You know, we
Why
was
he
all
acts
in the
funny,
same
bro?
house.
Why you
Yeah,
think
you know.
why you think he acts funny, bro? Is he uncomfortable in the hood, or why you think he acts like that, bro?
Now I think you got to remember mental health and all that. Mental health for a lot of people. Remember, he was a dust head. You know, smoke a
Yeah,
dust
yeah,
idiot and all that.
yeah,
He was a dust head.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Nah, there's
saying? Long
niggas who do it
before,
by accident, and there's niggas who do it like because they want to. He was
right?
probably the one who did it because he wanted to.
I don't
Damn,
know. You
mental
know what I'm saying?
mental
Building,
mental health is it's
yeah,
a real fucking it's more prevalent than drug use right now. If you understand what's going on in society, there's more
right, right.
crazies than drug addicts. If we keep it 1,000, bro,
I
because the
mean, you
crazies
know,
you won't even know. They could be at the job with you. Your boss could be a crazy, and he's working with his shit. You heard? You don't even
oh
know.
no, you already know. You know, everybody got like 2 or 3 masks that they wear. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That they wear
yeah.
throughout their life. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I like that. You said everybody got 2 or 3 masks that they wear. Oh,
Absolutely,
yo, break that down, bro.
absolutely.
I like that. What you mean? Like a normal mask, or the mask you wear in the daytime, and then when you get home you take that one off, and the mask you put at nighttime to be around people. Like, what you mean?
Like, I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. You just said it. You just said it just now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of people work 9 to 5s, not 8 hours a day. You know, you
Yeah,
go to work. That's one mask and all that.
that's a
You get up
mask.
with your
Yeah,
people and all that. Y'all chill in the hood and all that, drinking all that. That's another mask.
that's
How
another
you
mask.
are with your
Uh-huh.
family, your elders and all that. That's another mask. You know what I'm saying? That's three
Oh,
masks right there. You
so
know, we
that
ain't
fucks
even.
with
It's
people's
more too. We
mental.
ain't even get to it. Yep.
Oh, I like that. So you hold on. So you think Kanye goes to that? Like, he got to put on a mask when he goes to the meetings, and then he got to put on a mask when he's with his girl. Then he got to put on another one.
Yo, VR. He's basically telling us that in the interview. He's telling us he's talking to the owner of IKEA. Like he's putting on a lot of different masks, you know, to be who he is. You know, he's telling us who he is. He has to change different masks every day. Every time he comes outside, every time he talks to somebody, you know what I'm saying, in the corporate world, he has to change his mask, you know?
You think we accept him if he just be himself, whatever himself really? You think we would accept him in
But
reality?
but he just showed us though. Him being himself is waking us up. Is talking about stuff that he at the status that he is at is not supposed to be talking about. That's him being himself. You know,
People
I was kind
people
of
get him.
upset too a little bit with Nori because Nori was kind of cutting. You know, he was saying he was dropping some real shit, and then here come Nori like, yo, take a shot, take a shot. I'm like, yo, let this dude finish his sentence before you tell him take a shot. It's
But
like
that's what niggas in the
it's
hood
almost
do,
like
bro.
Nori was a part of the game. He was a part of like, you know what I mean? He was no good for him at the time. You know
That's
what I
what.
mean?
Let's keep it 1,000. That's what the homies in the hood do. If you come to the hood and everybody's chilling and you start talking that peaceful, if you start being positive, the dudes is gonna pass you the blunt so you can shut the fuck up, or they gonna pass you the bottle. Like, nobody's doing what a hood nigga does. That's why I understand what he's doing. He's doing what hood niggas do, bro. They want you to shut up when it's uncomfortable. I
Right,
get
right,
that,
right.
bro.
Yeah, I mean, yo, listen, shout out to Kanye and all that because
Facts.
I'm gonna say it again, like I said for the third time. Billionaires are not talking like this.
They never
Billionaires is
will
not
be.
taking shots at Henny, talking about the same thing we talk about in the hood on a national platform. With Drink
Nah,
Champs is a
bro.
national platform.
I
You
seen, I
know,
seen, like, I seen another millionaire do that. I've seen Elon Musk do that on the Joe Rogan shit, where he said too much, and you never heard from him again publicly like that comfortable. He was smoking blunts on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Elon
I
Musk,
seen that.
right? Yeah,
Yeah, I seen them slip up. Like, I seen them trying to be comfortable, and then I guess people reject that, bro. For some reason or another, people don't like when they're themselves, bro. They like people like the mask. That's how I see
Right,
it.
right, right.
People like the mask.
Yeah, people like wearing the mask. You already know.
Like when,
But
because if they take
look
their
at all
mask
of our
off, he's telling
huh?
you to take it. If he takes his mask off, he's telling you to take your mask off too. That's what he's doing.
Absolutely,
Yeah, right.
absolutely,
He wants
absolutely.
you.
But look
He's
at all the
put. He's
people throughout history
yeah.
that actually got whacked for speaking the truth. You know what I'm saying? Now
That's
listen, VR, don't VR, let me say this. I'm gonna say it again. Look at all the people that actually got whacked for saying the truth. Now watch this. Kanye had more money than all of them.
way more.
If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. You
Nah,
know,
he's true.
the Kennedys and them, yeah, they was up there. They was up there as far as elitists and all that. But Kanye's a billionaire in 2021. You understand
Do
what I'm
you
saying? In
do you think
2021, he's
Kanye
a billionaire.
can have the same influence as Fidel Castro if he wanted to?
Who?
Kanye?
Who could?
Do you think?
Yes, he can.
Nothing. I'm gonna go mute. Let me pay for this.
All right. VR just asks, could Kanye West have the same influence as Fidel Castro? All right. And I say, yes, he can. All right. Remember, Cuba ain't that big. Cuba ain't that big. There's more people that was buying Kanye's albums than that actually lives in the whole island of Cuba. You understand what I'm saying? So my answer to that question is yes, he can have more influence than Fidel Castro. You got to remember, you got young people that listen to Kanye, right? You got older people that listen to Kanye. You got the younger dudes wearing his sneakers. You got the older dudes wearing his sneakers. This dude, his influence is heavy right now. You know what I'm saying? He got a heavy influence and all that. You understand what I'm saying? Who knows what he might put out next that everybody might start wearing? You understand what I'm saying? This dude influence is heavy. He can have as much influence as Fidel Castro, if not more. You
He
understand what
could,
I'm
right?
saying?
He could.
But here's the only problem. He don't have an army. He wouldn't
He,
have an army like Fidel Castro. You understand what I'm
but
saying?
Fidel,
Fidel
he didn't
Castro
do
had an
it with
army.
force. He didn't do it with force at first. None of them do it with force. You need the
Right.
popular. You need the people. Let's keep it all the way 1,000. They don't come with force until the people understand that they went too far. Then they come with force. But at first, nah, they don't do that. It
Right.
doesn't work. It won't work.
Real,
Revolutions
real
don't work
quick,
with
VR.
force.
Let me address the chat for a couple of seconds. Now, Natasha Razor said Kanye West cries too much to be Fidel, but that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about his influence as far
His
as on the
influence.
population.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about whether he cries or not. We're talking about his influence on the population,
And the
and he
crying
has a
is
bigger
okay
influence than Fidel. You know what
because
I'm saying? It's
crying.
2021 right
Yeah, crying is a human thing. Even dogs
now. Right,
cry. Even lions cry. Like it's okay to cry, bro. Just because he cries more than me, it's okay.
right.
It's all
And you got to
right.
remember too, just like Kanye, Fidel Castro had a lot of haters. You understand what I'm
Allah,
saying?
bro.
You go
Yeah,
down to Miami to Little Havana right now, all of them people is people that fled from Cuba.
but
Everybody in Little Havana fled
they
from
have
Cuba.
they have reasons, bro. Because let's keep it real, bro. He killed a lot of family members. Now, not with violence, not necessarily with violence, bro. Feeding them, imprisoning them, like all that stuff. Me, as a not as a black person, my having black in me, I'm offended by what the things that Fidel did. You heard? I'm really offended
But
because
no. VR, I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you for a second because real quick, let's talk about things that Fidel did. Real quick. This ain't even gonna take long
yeah,
for what I'm gonna say.
it's
Remember
short,
in
right?
1980, right? He had the
Yeah.
boat, the Mariella. He had the
Uh-huh.
Mariella. Who did he send over here to America? He sent
The
people that was I don't want to say the word, but the
the
weirdos.
jails,
He sent the
the
weirdos over
everybody. He
here.
let the jails
He
go.
sent the criminals and
Yeah,
anybody who wanted to leave.
yeah.
You
But you
understand what I'm
couldn't leave
saying?
with no property. You couldn't leave with nothing. That was part of the
But
agreement.
VR, if you had your own island and you was controlling your own island, I think you would do the same thing.
It's
You would
true.
want certain people off your island.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
That
you
is
know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying?
He
Do we
gave them a
really
choice
hold him
at
to
first.
that?
No,
He
we
was cleaning
can't.
house. That's all he was doing was cleaning house.
That's true. That's true. He did it. He did
Cleaning
it
house.
fucking forcefully, but he did it.
Yep. Yep. Yo, he could have easily shot everybody in the head. Like, tell you the truth. Could have lined everybody up, pat one at a time. He said,
He
"Nah, he
did
got the
that too.
boat, put them on the Mariella, let them get out of here. You know,
He did the
let them
shooting
go flood
too. Because he
Miami."
did that too to everybody who was affiliated with Batista. He did that too. Don't
With
get it
Batista,
twisted.
yeah,
They
Facts.
did all that.
Facts. Facts. You know?
Me
And
again. I support.
go ahead. Go ahead, VR. And when he actually did do that, America didn't actually like that he sent, like, you know, so many refugees over here. You know what I'm saying? Over here to America. There was nothing that they could say about it. America was never able to come at Castro the way they wanted to. You want to know why? Because he had Russia as an ally. Castro was laughing all the way to the bank. To have Russia as an ally back then, yo, Russia was like one of the strongest allies you could have, yo. He had Russia as an ally. So, you know, he laughed all the way to the bank at America, you know. And that's what the so-called minority people you call black people and Hispanic, that's the one thing we don't have if we did start our own movement. We don't have any ally. We don't have any other countries that's going to stand behind us if it came down to it. You understand what I'm saying? There ain't going to be no countries that's going to ride with us. You know what I'm saying? You need allies, yo. When you make certain moves in this world, you try to do something, you try to conduct something, yo, you're going to need an ally. That's a fact. Hey, yo, shout out to Rollo. Shout out to John Shaft. Shout out to True LES. Shout out to Cosmology Bay. You already know. Shout out all the bros in the chat. You already know. Hit the StreamYard link. The chat is open. Feel free to call in. Feel free to call in. You in the meth lab right now. The topic is, did Kanye say too much on Drink Champs? Is Kanye in danger? Is Kanye in danger? True LES said that Castro sent us Tony Montana on that boat. Castro sent us quite a few Tony Montanas and all that. He was cleaning house, you know what I'm saying? Cleanup crew. Castro cleanup crew, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to clean his house, you know what I'm saying? He had to get all of them people out of Cuba. You know, having all of them people in Cuba that he did send over here, they would have stopped. They would have stopped progress in Cuba. You know, you understand? You see where Cuba's at today, right? They would have stopped progress in Cuba had he not done that. You in the meth lab, y'all in the meth lab. You already know. Feel free to call in. Feel free to hit the StreamYard link to come into the chat. Throw the link up there one more time. You know, while we here. Shout out to everybody here. Good morning to everybody. Shout out to everybody that came through to the meth lab. You already know. Did Kanye say too much in Drink Champs? Did Kanye say too much in Drink Champs? And all that. Yo, I'm going to keep it official with y'all, yo. I was feeling that interview. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like too many interviews and all that I'll be watching. But that interview with Kanye, yo, that was a good interview. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who agrees and all that, you know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. Smash the like button on the way in. You already know. Twin NYC TV. Yep. True LES said it. You know, he sent us a few Tonys, you know, few Tonys and all that. Shout out to all the Tonys and all that he sent over here that made a change, that actually came over here to America. You know, they worked, they got their money up, and now they living like regular people. You know, they actually, you know, they living good and all that here in America. Shout out to them and all of that. You already know. Yep. But Kanye West, of course, could never be Malcolm X. He could never be Martin Luther King. He could never be Malcolm X. You understand what I'm saying? Because in order to be these brothers, right, he'd have to give up a lot of his riches. You know what I'm saying? He'd have to give up a lot of his assets. You understand what I'm saying? Because how could you ever be a real revolutionary? How could you ever be a real revolutionary, right, if you're still in bed with corporations, right, that really deep down don't like us? You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these corporations, they don't really care for the Black and Hispanic dollar. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes when you actually go into a lot of these stores, they don't even see you as humans. You understand? They see you as money and all of that. The small hats called the minorities liquid money. That's what they called us, liquid money. Because as soon as the money touches our hands, it falls right out of our hands like liquid. If you poured water on your hand, the water's gonna fall right out your hand. So the small hats call us liquid money. That's what they call us. Because as soon as the money touches our hand, we handed it to somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? Their money circulates 13 times in their community before it leaves. So, you know, they make sure the guy that sell the bread, that sell the fresh bread, that he gets his money. The guy that sell the fresh bread gonna make sure he buys his wine and olive oil off of the other guy. The guy that sells the wine and the olive oil is going to make sure he buys his car parts off of this guy. The guy that sells the car parts is going to make sure he buys parts for his refrigerator, his appliances, home appliances from that guy. They let their money circulate 13 times in their community. You know, we gotta do better. We got a lot to learn. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what Kanye was talking about when he was talking about kaputs, that we need kaputs. You know what I'm saying? A kaput is a community of your own, a community of your own, where it's like a village almost, and everybody takes care of their own, each other, almost like the Amish communities, how they live amongst each other. You know, they got a lot of spots out here in America, upstate New York, and all of that, where you know they take care of their own and all that. You know, that's what Kanye was trying to say. For real. He said Kanye will have to give up the mayonnaise people. All right. Mayonnaise people. Let's do it. You in the meth lab. This is the meth lab. You already know. We got VR back on the stream. You ready?
Would you trust Kanye to be your president? Let's keep it real.
Would I trust Kanye to be a president?
To be your president, yours, because remember, he's ours.
That's a double-edged sword question right there, because he wouldn't choose to be president. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's coming more into the democracy. I don't think he wants to enter into the democracy at this point in time in his life. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think he would choose to want to be a president. You know,
he wouldn't do it. Basically,
you got to remember, VR presidents are just as what you just said. Presidents. What they are is head of corporations. All right. Yes. Have America not been a corporation, we'd have a prime minister, not a president. We in the meth lab. We in the meth lab.
Well, okay. Would you trust him to head your corporation, your stock? Because you're a stockholder without you knowing. In America, you own stocks here because you use the money. You own property. You're a stockholder.
Right.
Would you trust him? In your behalf?
Would I trust him? I think he got a little bit more growing to do, because one thing people got to know about Ye is that he's very emotional. You know, so he's the type that he might feel one way today, tomorrow he might have a temper tantrum. He has a little bit more growing to do before we could actually put our faith into him. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Because in reality, it's really about how much do you trust him. We gotta keep it 1,000. How much do we trust him? If are we looking at him as something more than an artist, than a musician, or are we looking at him in the realm of he can make change? Because he hasn't really shown us that he can make change. He hasn't taken the steps to prove it.
Well, VR, you got to remember, things that he really wants to do, he probably can't do. Because they're not going to let him. They're going to shut it down. As soon as he busts a move, they're going to shut him down. You know, so things that he probably really wants to do, he can't.
I got to see him try. That's how it works in America. It doesn't, like that. The end results don't always justify the means, but I got to see you try, bro.
Absolutely.
I got to see him lose money doing it so he could recoup it later. He's going to recoup it. Don't worry.
Most of our revolutionaries has actually sacrificed their lives to try to, get us on level 10 of the game. You understand what I'm saying? They actually sacrificed their lives. And they did that by trying. First, you have to try. Your first step is you have to try, you know what I'm saying, to make something happen. You know, you can't just talk. You can't be a talker. You know what I'm saying? There's people out here that actually need a helping hand. You know,
and his supporters, they have to not knock him, bro, because that's another thing, bro. You can't knock him if he tries something that's weird. And knock him. He's just trying.
Right. But you know how our people is and all that. Our people don't want to see nobody shining. You know, our people is quick to hate and all that. You know, instead of trying to get down on your team and see if we could do something together, you know, we could all put our money together and do something. They quick to hate. Our people is quick to hate on we quick to hate on each other. We have a disease. That disease is called jealousy, and that exists within our people, you know, heavily too. Heavily.
That's a fact. But it's in the hood, bro, because white people too, when you put white people in the hood, the disease goes to them. So it's a hood thing. It's not a color thing. It's a hood thing. Because if you start gentrifying and those people, like, their economy drops, they're going to act just like everybody else in the hood, the white folks. They're going to act identical. If they can't move, they'll become product of the environment too, bro. Because you see white kids act gangster if when their parents grow up in the hood, bro. You see this all the time, bro. You see white boys
Right,
acting crazy. They become a product.
right,
So
right,
me, it's
right.
not about
But
race. It's about
VR,
like,
watch this. VR, watch this. We'll take them too. They could be. We could take them on too. They could be a
okay,
part of us too, and all that. They can't play a major part in the movement, but they could help us some way somehow. You know, because a lot of them dudes and all that, they good farmers. Hey, yo, the great noble Drew Ali, the great noble, yo, Cosmology Bay. I know you in the building. Listen to what I'm about to say. The great noble Drew Ali said, don't be so quick to send the Europeans back to Europe. You know what I'm saying? We
mm-hmm.
could use them because a lot of them is good farmers. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them know a lot about government. So they could probably give us a hand with that. You know what I'm saying? So don't be so quick to take them back over there, to send them back over there. You know?
Facts. You need everybody. It's an everybody thing.
Fact, fact, fact.
Because even
Yep.
if people don't want to admit it, the government doesn't exclude you all the way. Yeah, when you get to the highest level, yeah, okay, not everybody could go in, but until then, that shit has all type of people in it, bro. Indian, fucking Ukrainian, shit. Trump's wife was Ukrainian, bro.
Right,
She
right, right.
she didn't make no decisions, but she heard what's going on. She was there spying. She was in
Right,
tune.
right, right. Right, right,
Same.
right, right, right. I
You
see
need,
a lot of people liked how we talked about liquid money. You know,
yeah,
for anybody that don't know what that meant, what liquid money means, it means as soon as the money touches your hand, it falls right out. So as soon as you get that check and you got that, you counting up that money, you hand it
it's
right off to
gone.
somebody else. That's what the phrase liquid money means. And the so-called minorities are called liquid money. We liquid money. You know what I'm saying? As soon as the money touch our hands, it's touching somebody else's hand. And it's usually touching people's hands that don't really like us that much. You know what I'm saying? We got to do better. We got to do better. You know,
I don't think
we
they
got to
like
do
us
better.
because of who we are. It's basically it's where we are. They don't like us because we're there. We're stopping progression when it comes to their pockets. That's how I see
Right,
it.
right, right,
It could have been Jewish people. It could have been all type. It could have been people from Uganda in the hood, bro. They just don't like
right.
that we here. That we in
Mm,
that we're paying low rent, low this, low that. They don't like the perks that we getting for being poor, bro. They don't like the perks. That we don't see it
right,
as
right,
perks. We see it as yo, we need it, but they see it as yo, you're getting perks. That's the weird
right,
shit.
right, right. So basically, you saying the foreigners see it as we getting too many perks.
Facts. Uh-huh.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
They do. They do. Because there's certain jobs that we could get easily over here in America that they say, yo, you actually made it in life if you had a job like that over in wherever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I
Anywhere,
mean?
Mexico, anywhere.
Yep. Yeah, you actually made it in life.
Because look
I
at the
heard
car
in
company.
Jamaica, if you worked in a bank, if you work in a bank at Jamaica, that's like, yo, you like the final frontier, final destination, you know?
That's a fact, bro.
You like the biggest thing, you know? Yep.
That's what called
Yeah.
any like if you work in the pillars of society. If you work in the hospital, if you work, in the important parts of society, yo, they look at you differently, bro. Like you up, like you was not
Right,
losing,
right,
bro.
right.
Everywhere else in the world, they look at having a job as the normal, as the okay
Right.
thing. Like they look at
But
the
Pete,
criminals bad.
yo, VR, that's what Kanye was saying too. How like, how we work for people. He was touching on that too. How like we so comfortable like working for other people. Like we're too comfortable. What you think about that?
I believe it's true because we don't see ourselves having businesses. We don't see us living our work. Like every day I gotta wake up to work in my own business. Nobody has that image in their mind. Nobody, because people don't know what they're good at here in America. They don't condition
Right,
you. They don't condition you to excel at what you're good at. They don't teach you that here. Mm-mm.
right,
They put you in a box.
right. Right. And by having a job and having a 9 to 5, this is the harsh reality. I'm sorry for anybody listening that has a 9 to 5. I work a regular job too. So
Me
I'm
too.
even talking about me. All
Me
we
too.
doing when we clocking into that job is helping another dude's dreams come true. You know what I'm saying? This is another dude's dream that we living out. We go and clock in the job. Because when he first started that, whatever business he started, he said, yo, I'm gonna have workers, I'm gonna have this and hey yo, we making his dream come true. You know what I'm saying? We keeping his dream in effect. You understand?
And I know
You got to
exactly
think
what he's
about your own
talking
dreams.
about.
You know what I mean? What
Because
about your dreams? You know what I'm saying? What about
in
your dreams?
Venezuela, I look at the workers totally different than I look at people here. In Venezuela, they're they're just a worker, bro. The first thing we talk about in the businesses with whoever's the manager of at that moment, like because we switch managers too, that they're
Right,
not your friends, that the employees, they're not your friends. That's the first thing we have in the meetings every morning. Yo,
right,
the two guys that's working here, we tell the person in charge, yo, he's not your friend, he's not your family member, he's not none of that. So we condition from we talk about from the top of the company, which is me and my brother. We're conditioning everybody under there to think like we think, bro. No, that's not your friend. No, this is a place of business. No, we're not here to play with. You understand? We're not conditioning each other for family. But I'm the
right,
boss. I'm the boss. So imagine I'm conditioning my workers like that. Same thing in
right,
America. We condition them to act like we want them to act.
right. And you understand this perfectly because you had your own business out there in Venezuela. You had your own
Uh-huh.
car business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey yo, for anybody listening and all that, you gotta live out your own dreams. You gotta focus on your own dreams. Yes, the 9 to 5 is cool, the 8 hours a day, the 12 hours is cool. But while you doing that, also focus on your own dreams. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Kanye was trying to say. How you gotta somewhere in life, you gotta focus on what you want to do, not only what you have to do. You gotta somehow do what you want to do. You understand what I'm saying?
And you gotta break it
Real.
down to them even more. You're gonna go broke following your own dreams. These are facts,
That
bro.
happens too. That happens too,
You're
because
gonna
it's
go
a lot of
broke.
people that try to get into the rap thing. They spend a lot of money on studio time. They spend a lot of money on trying to get the features and all that, trying to pay for promotion, all that. You could go broke and all of that too. Also following your dream.
You
But
could go broke.
if you doing what you want to do and all that, would that really be a thing that really bothers you that much? You'll just keep going at it, right? Till you get to where you want to get. It might not bother you that much if you're doing what you want to do. Like VR, for example. Say you see a pair of True Religion or something like that jeans today that they cost 100. I don't think you'll be too mad if you take that 100 and spend it on it because you really wanted it. You understand what I'm saying? So you
Facts.
might not be so mad if you're spending the money on your dream. You say, hey, yo, I'm blowing this 100 right now, but I'm actually blowing this 100 on
That's
something that
something
I
I want.
actually want. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you might not feel that bad about it.
It's the same
Real.
concept. Yeah, you understand. It's the same concept. If you really want your dream, it wouldn't affect you that much. Cause
Right.
I went broke when I first started that business. I'm talking about pop, bro. I was broke. I sold everything, bro. I was selling my PlayStation, bro. I went
Right.
pop, bro. But what I really figure out, it's not really a dream. You gotta figure out the formula. There's a formula to making money. There's a formula.
Right.
And you gotta figure out what's the formula to
Right.
incorporate it with your dream. Because I could have dreams of being an astronaut, but if I don't have the formula to get to being an astronaut, I'm never gonna make it. You
Right.
have to
Right.
figure
And
out
within
like the
that formula is budgeting. You got to know how to
fact.
budget your money. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You and you can't neglect. You can't neglect things that you have to do. Like if you have kids and all that, you can't take food out their mouths because you want to
Mhm.
be a rapper. You understand what I'm saying? You can't take food out their mouths because you want to get studio time or you want to pay for a feature. You really know that you're supposed to be buying school clothes and books and school supplies for these kids, right? But instead, you taking that money and you paying for a feature. You know what I'm saying? With another rapper and all that. Nah, you can't move like that. You gotta know how to incorporate what you're trying to do into your actual life and into your
Fact.
regular life. You know what I'm saying? Into
I was
things that you
watching the
really have to do.
motorcycles
You know what I'm saying?
out there. I was watching the motorcycles myself when we first started. So imagine my mentality. I come from America. I come from the Bronx, and I go back to a shithole. And I'm washing the shit myself. I'm getting dirty. I'm cutting my hands on the motorcycles, on the engine. I'm fucking myself up. But in my mind, I'm like, every dollar that I make here is tax free. Even if it feels like I'm working more and earning less, in reality, I'm making more than I would be making in America because it's tax
Well,
free.
you actually getting what you're getting is what you should be getting when you got your own business. You're
Right.
getting what you should be getting. You understand
The
what I'm
value,
saying?
my value. I know exactly the value of my work. Nobody's eating into my value. Like in America, they eat into your value, the government. They consume your value. In Venezuela, it was all me. It was all me. Whatever I decided that my cut was from that dollar, it was me. That's how people gotta look at it. You gotta know your value. How much is your value
Right.
worth? And try to get the formula to your value.
Right.
But it takes
And yo, the
time.
republic is overthrown right now. You know, we on conquered land right now. You know what I'm saying? We overthrown and all that. I could tell you within less than 3 seconds of how we're conquered. We pay taxes, okay? We pay taxes on a land that's actually ours to begin with. You understand what I'm
Fact.
saying? This whole republic is overthrown. We are conquered people. That's another thing that Kanye was trying to tell us. He was trying to say that on that Drink Champs interview also, that we are conquered people. You understand what I'm saying? We pay taxes on our own land that we actually from. You understand what I'm saying? And not only do we pay taxes to some people that's not originally from this landmass. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we getting extorted right now. You know what I'm saying? People, you got different fraternal orders. You got the Skull and Bones. You got Freemasonry. I could go on and on with the fraternal orders. They
You
all
got all
have
type of
secrets
shit there.
within their societies, right? Now, a lot of people say, why do they have secrets? I can tell you why they have secrets. These secrets are kept between themselves to keep themselves more powerful than you, to
Mm-hmm.
keep them strong and you oppressed. Hey, yo, this is the Meth Lab. Call in, call in. StreamYard link is going to be in the chat. We are in the building.
And I understand them because they want to keep their formula secret. Coca-Cola don't tell
Right.
you how to get rich. They don't want to. They never going to. I understand that point.
Absolutely.
They're trying to stay in power, and that's a human thing.
Absolutely.
That's the negative
Absolutely.
side of humanity, but it's still a human thing. We have to always understand who we are as people. Like they're not fucking monsters or not, and they're human beings too. They're
Right,
just
right, right.
different. They're wired differently. So we have to understand why. Why are they doing that? And once you understand it, then you can pick at the bones a little bit. But you gotta
Hey, yo,
understand.
VR, Pete, the most powerfulest man on this planet is a so-called religious man. You understand what I'm saying? The most powerfulest man on this planet is a religious man. Please don't, we're not going to say his name because we don't want them to knock this live out. You know what I'm
Fact.
saying? But somebody got to explain that to me. How is the most powerfulest man on this planet a religious man? Mind you, this same man has sovereign authority over every man, woman, child, and animal. You understand what I'm saying? On this planet. He can change a law within the next hour if he wants to, but he chooses not to. Why is that? You know what I'm saying? We in the meth lab. We in the meth lab.
Because
It's Big Twin,
from my
Jehovah's Big Twin.
understanding of society, the guy who has power is the guy who owns the territory. So
Right.
if the highest authority in the land is a religious figure who owns almost 50% of the land around the world, of course he's gonna have authority because he's the
Right.
shareholder. He's the owner of the land, bro. Cause like
Right.
slavery, the thing about slavery, it put everything in perspective how society works.
Right.
There's a master, then there's slaves. It like they
Right.
try to mask it up after hundreds and hundreds of years, but the concept of slavery is still around. It's still in the basic fabric of society.
Exactly. Well, you see what happened is this. Slavery went from a private sector to a public sector. So now what we living in is bureaucratic slavery. That's what we're in right now.
You got it,
You
yeah. It
know?
just
This is
changed.
bureaucratic slavery.
It
Yep.
just changed fucking structure. It's just the structure that changed, but the
Right.
concept,
Private to
the
public.
theory is still the same. Like the premise is still intact. It's always been intact. It never got chipped. They just needed more workers at lower
Right.
wages.
Right. You got to remember. It did better for them. It did better for them to actually bring everybody, right, all races and everybody into bureaucratic slavery instead of just so-called black people. It made more sense. This was the big argument between Abraham Lincoln and the Democrats. This was the big argument that nobody seems to understand. Should we keep them in the private sector? Should we keep them in the public sector? You know, Abraham Lincoln was for that. He was for
Damn,
that public sector.
you really understood that because they wanted to
Yep.
expand the company. Basically, they wanted to put it public. The company. They want to be a
Yep.
private company.
That was the big argument with Abe Lincoln. You know, for real.
That's a good one. That goes over people's heads because they don't look at the world as a business. It's a business. We're in the business of exploiting people. That's the business
Right.
human beings are in, bro. We exploit ourselves. That's our business.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We don't have another group of human beings. We don't. It's not like there's two sets of human beings. No, we're all human beings. If we had another group, maybe we could argue about how we could fix it. But since we're all human beings, we all come from the same lens. Like we look at it from the same human lens.
Absolutely.
And who's that beautiful lady right there? Jesus Christ.
Welcome to Natasha. Welcome to the Meth Lab. Welcome to the Meth Lab.
Hello, thank you for having me on your show.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to say the thing with Kanye is he says the right things, but his actions are completely opposite. And all those people who are revolutionaries like Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Harriet Tubman, all those people, they weren't billionaires. So where do you think Kanye's loyalties lie? You know, he used to be my favorite rapper, but something happened to him, and I think his loyalty lies with the money.
At what point did you stop liking him? What action did he do? Like, what did he do to make you stop liking him?
I really stopped liking him when he was jumping up for Donald Trump. Also, probably around the time he married Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
It was like a downward slope. Once he jumped on that stage with Taylor Swift, and then the way he acted, and then it was just kind of downhill from there. He didn't seem the same person.
But one thing you do know for sure is at that certain point, he wasn't acting. This is the real him. All of these different actions that he's taken is the real him. He's showing us who he really is.
I think he's definitely been bought out. And the other thing, like you were talking about, because I grew up in the 1980s in Los Angeles. And, you know, you were talking about all that gangster stuff you can't do anymore to make money. But now you don't need to do it because you could be a brother like you and VR, and there's more opportunities. You guys can get on YouTube and have a show. Back in my day, you'd have to be on the news, and it was so hard. You know, you didn't have this platform. And right now, the young people, you guys are very lucky because you can spread the message. But the message, you have to remember, the message has nothing to do with money. You could be poor and be very knowledgeable. You know, now it's like, if you say something, if you don't have any money, then that means what you say isn't correct. You know, it's like you don't have any clout, even though you're telling the right things. And the person that could have the most clout, you don't know, they could be in Dubai with them men pooping on them or something.
I can't be a broke genius. That's what you're saying? It doesn't work.
Right? No, she's not saying you can't. She said there's a lot of people that they actually live in this. Now check this out. A lot of our biggest revolutionaries broke.
Yeah, they were broke.
These are some of the most powerful people that ever walked this planet. A lot of them was broke.
It's not that easy to get money. You know, there is a lot of things you have to do. Even when you think, just say working for your 9 to 5, there may be things at your 9 to 5 job that you don't like doing. Like I sold cars for a long time, and sometimes there was things I didn't like, you know, telling people.
I deal with garbage. I hate garbage, but I got to put it out to the street. It's not gonna walk itself out there. But I hate garbage. But we have to put our pride to a side, and you know, lift my sleeve up and take that shit out. Take it out.
But is it only about money? Because
I feel
it's
like
more
with Kanye, it's
camaraderie.
about money.
What about camaraderie, right? So
yeah, that's very important.
If I was 100% broke right now, right? But yet I got 100 people that believe in my words and believe in my actions. That makes me powerful.
Yeah.
Mind you, I can't go to Red Lobster. I can't go to Red Lobster and all of that. But I have 100 people and all that they could actually pay for my bill because they believe in me. They have faith in me. They believe that I could take them to the next level.
There's an upside to this because my example is Joel Osteen. He has power in his words, and people pay him to speak. They pay him to believe. They pay him for his religious belief. We have to stop doing that in the hood, bro. We gotta stop being cheap with who we believe in. Don't be cheap. Don't buy the shoes. I'm not saying buy the shoes, but I'm saying if he's protesting somewhere, come on, let's pay for the tents. Let's pay for the security. Let's pay for the metal detector so nobody get in here with a gun so it don't go left.
Right.
Let's pay for the things. Like I seen people pay for Rolling Loud. We don't need Rolling Loud. That's a dub. We don't need that. I don't need to
It
see
served no
violence.
purpose
It
whatsoever.
served no purpose.
Served no
That
purpose.
Did you see how
Mhm.
good it was, those dads that went into the school? Because there was that school, I think, in Louisiana where the kids are just acting up and just
yeah, I
acting a
seen
fool.
that.
And the people that have fathers, their dads came,
They showed
and
up
now
on it.
nothing's been happening at the school. They didn't need the police. They didn't need to pay security. They just got people's fathers to come in.
That's my
Right.
theory about the projects. If a
Mhm.
million people showed up to all the most dangerous projects, they will stop violence in every project for a month until they get, you know what I mean? If we all showed up and told them, come downstairs, come down, sit right
Mhm.
here. Yo, you gotta stop this. We're gonna show up here every day. You're not gonna be able to do nothing here. We're gonna point you out to
And you
ourselves.
know what, too? And VR, peep this. What the power in that is just the presence of them
It's just a
actually just being
present.
there.
The police
There's no
presence
money
shows you a
backing.
lot.
There's no financial backing or nothing. It's just
No.
them guys actually being there. Their
Yes.
presence.
There's a wall
You know
of
what I'm saying? And
people.
their knowledge is what's keeping it together now. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, facts.
We could
They
learn
get
from all of
recognized
this. I'm
for
telling
they.
you, this
It's
is
like
yo,
you
it's
have to
bigger than Nino
recognize
Brown.
them.
This is the Meth Lab. You already know.
Facts,
It's Big Twin. It's
facts,
your host,
facts.
Big Twin.
So
Feel
much
free to
beauty
call
up
in.
here. I'm
StreamYard link
uncomfortable.
is gonna be in the chat.
So much beauty in my presence. So hold on.
Yep.
But the real question, I have a question for her. Did his marriage to Kim Kardashian affect you as a woman? Did it make you look at him differently?
Yes.
In what aspect?
The aspect is Kim Kardashian is everything that he preached against.
That's a
So, and I don't have anything against Kim Kardashian. She's probably, I'm sure she's a nice person. Like, I didn't like the way he went in on her, calling her a hoe. But it's like, now you calling her a hoe. You've been married to her for 10 years and had 3 kids.
Three
Like,
kids, yeah.
don't get mad now because you're tired of it. But it was just
Yeah.
because that was the showing of everything that he changed up. Then he got all these super expensive fashions. He never
Yeah.
got the school built in his mom's name. He stopped hanging out with black people.
hmm
Do you think he got
Um,
scared of his surroundings once he got to that level?
Yes. Yeah, I
I
think
would
he always wanted that because the thing is, Kanye is not from the hood. He's
that
actually his parents had money. His
right,
mom, he got to live in China. He went to art school. So
that
he's an artist and he's a chameleon. So he's able
right,
to fit into everything and he can sing, he can write from everybody's perspective because he's lived in
right.
China and he's been all over the world.
that's the
But
beauty about
probably he feels more comfortable with like upper middle class and rich people than he did with people
Okay,
from the
so
hood.
let me ask you this: on a scale of 1 to 10, by watching that Drink Champs interview, on a scale from 1 to 10, do you believe him? Do you think he's a fraud?
Yes.
One being he's a fraud, 10 being he's not. On a scale of 1 to 10,
Oh, I give him a 3.
it. Okay.
that
And you
bad?
know what else? And I know I don't want to sound like a crazy conspiracy person, but it's kind of
Right,
weird when he talked about Travis Scott and he was doing all that weird kind of stuff, having Marilyn Manson at the
right,
Donda release party. And then,
right, right, right,
rest in peace to those people that died. But you
right, right,
have to
right.
say, people were saying that was some horrible stuff that happened there. And what was so bad is they were pushing, some people in the VIP section to help save them. People
Right.
that were dying and getting crushed. And those VIPs and rich people in that section were yelling at them and telling them, no, don't bring these people up here. We paid for these seats.
Right.
That just shows you
Um,
the disdain of people against your money. In reality, they have disdain for you because you don't have the same things that I have, and it's
you know,
basically a money thing,
Mm-hmm.
not
it's
a
in
people.
us. That's something that's in us. You know what I'm saying? That's in us.
But they
That's
don't
human
even know
nature.
that I
That's
don't have
human
no
nature.
money. They assume it. the other side of this, we assume the negative things about everybody. Because I could be in the worst section just because I bought a ticket late. That don't mean I'm not a
Right.
millionaire. I just bought
Right.
it late. It was an accident. But they assume because you're there that you don't have it, and it's wrong. That's the wrong part. The assumption. Then it's always a negative assumption. They don't give you the plausible deniability that you just there because you want to be, not because you have to
Right.
be. Because there's
VR, you
people
know
got
what?
money
Let
in
me
the
ask you
hood,
this.
bro.
VR, let me ask you this. And then Natasha, I'm gonna ask you this next. VR, if you had the 9 billion that Kanye has right now, what's your solution? Where we go? What's the end game? What would you do?
You could buy a country.
That's
You
what you
could
would
buy
do, though.
Yeah,
That's what you gonna do.
I will buy Hawaii or some shit like that, and then tell people the necessary requirements that you need to be a citizen in my country, and education will be one. You need to have the grade level to come over here. You need to
Right.
not violence, not none of that. Yeah, your mind, your education. You will have to take a test at the airport, like a survey to see where you're intelligent, like an IQ test to come up in here.
Right.
That's how we do this. You buy a
Right.
country, you buy Alaska, or you buy a piece of Canada, or wherever, bro. You could buy this. You could buy Africa. Look at fucking Akon. You could buy something,
Right.
an island.
Start his own city.
You could buy his own
Start
city.
small.
Start
Okay,
small.
Natasha, what would you do with the 9 billion that Kanye has?
Well, first of all, I would pay my employees, unlike
Facts.
Kanye, because he don't even pay his employees.
I like that.
I would do. I wouldn't start a country, but I would get schools. The schools that Dr. Umar said he was gonna open. I would
Yeah.
open those schools for boys
Uh-oh.
and girls
Dun, 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 dun,
separate,
dun, 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 dun.
so that they
Okay.
could have an actual self-esteem, because people don't know their history here, and when you don't have your
Right.
history and you don't know your ancestors, you can't appreciate yourself. You know, we are
Right.
lucky, us colored people that are here, that survived, that our ancestors survived slavery. We are so lucky that we're just here, but we don't know that. So I want to just teach people to learn about themselves, and also have schools and stuff where we don't have no processed food, where it's healthy foods, because you got to eat healthy to keep your
Right.
mind healthy, and you know,
That's a
quit having all these pills and stuff and people having to go to the doctors.
Okay, so let me say this. Say he did this tomorrow, right? Everything that we just said just now. Say he tried to do this tomorrow. Do you think they would let him, or somebody would try to somehow throw a
They would
monkey
let-
wrench in the game?
Nah, they let him put out them ugly fashions for all that money. They would let, if he wanted to start a school, if he wanted to do anything he could do it. Nobody stops Kanye from doing anything.
Me, I tend to disagree a little bit because my experience in the revolution showed me that once you start investing in the social structures in society, they put sanctions on you. Yes, they do. They put economic sanctions on you so that your seed doesn't spread to the whole forest. I
Right.
understand that point about power, because you're changing the mindset of a mass group of people, and
Absolutely.
whoa.
Absolutely.
They it's not that they get offended, but they feel like their way of life is being attacked, and and the defense is just as strong as the offense sometimes. So I understand that part of human beings, but I like what she said. Education is such a powerful thing, but it's so minuscule in people's mind, but it's so powerful. You need it, bro. You need to know how to read to know how to use the iPhone. You need to know how to read, bro. Like,
Absolutely.
it's
Absolutely.
mandatory. You have to, bro. Like, but people don't like. This is what I learned in life. After they stop forcing you to read, people don't do it no more. Like, if school don't force you to read, people just be like, I don't want to. I don't read. That's boring. Oh, I get sleepy. Like, they have
Right.
to
Right. Right.
force you, and that's weird. That's the weird part. Cause damn, bro. Cause you want to know. You want to know what happened to you. You want to know, like, if I start eating all this generic food, am I gonna be emotionally unstable in 3 hours?
Right.
Is the acid
Right.
gonna go to my head, and I'm gonna start being aggressive to my children because I ate all this junk food, trick or
Yeah.
treating?
Right.
But people don't. You
Okay.
gotta read.
So what you guys just said is school, but I didn't hear you guys say nothing else. I didn't hear you guys talk about no type of businesses, You know, I didn't hear you guys say nothing about that. You talked about the food, yes. But as far as, okay, so we have a school, we take the 9 billion, we got a school, right? We have we make our own organic food, no GMOs. Where do we go from here? What else do we need?
But the school is the business. See, you skipping over that part. The
Nope, I
education,
didn't skip
that's
over it.
the
I actually
business.
didn't skip over it. We got the school. We're gonna be educated, right? But from here, we're gonna have to move on to do other things, right? So now we got the knowledge. So now what we do? We make our own organic food, right? No GMOs. And then where you
Facts,
go
because
from
the
here?
school is the formula. Because in that same school, you're gonna teach them how the lights turn on in this place right here. You're
Yeah.
gonna teach them how
Right,
we put the concrete up, how we did the
right.
roof, how we did the farm over
This is
there, how we
this
put the
this is what I'm
windows, the
saying.
doors, everything, the floors. You're gonna
Yeah.
teach them how to do their own school, their own house. You're gonna teach them from the ground up. You're gonna put it on the scale. This school right here, it was nothing at first, and look how we did it. You're gonna teach them step by step by step. Even the women, the children, everybody's gonna know how to put the bricks together, how to paint,
Right,
how to put the wires together, how to put the windows, the roof.
right,
Everybody's gonna know, so you don't have to hire, outsource nothing no more.
right,
'Cause we all know.
right. So
Also, too, if we
we
teach
teaching all
people,
trades at the school.
if we
Facts.
teach people how to budget their money, it's amazing the difference in life that can happen for these people. Because you can work a regular 9 to 5, you can work at McDonald's, but if you invest your money, if you don't spend up all your money on some Kanye clothes, you
Right,
could be a millionaire, just as
right,
opposed to somebody else who's a football player and they have like a $5 million contract and they lose all their money. But you
And
can
right,
start because a lot of these people, and like what Jewish people do is they save their money. They don't spend their money on stupid stuff. They save their
nope,
money because you can
yep,
invest. You can buy stock in a Ford Motor Company. It was $12 not that long ago. You can go on
right,
E-Trade and buy yourself one stock. Well, if you buy yourself one stock, every paycheck that adds up. Like
right,
everybody's on Clubhouse. I bought the stock in Clubhouse because Master P was like, we're all getting on these things, these white people's platforms, and we don't
with
have
no
our own.
investment in
But
it, yeah.
I was like,
it's
well, I
true.
could invest in it. Let me check it out. At the time, it was like $5 a share. You can buy some at Target. And if you know this, you can invest you can build money. You can
Right,
build
right, right,
yourself a business.
That's a fact. There's gonna
right,
come
right,
out
right.
with a new Twitter. If you understand what Donald Trump is doing, he's so against the media that he's coming out with his own Twitter, his own
I mean,
platform.
look what they did to him. Look what the media did to
Right.
him. You know,
So while the
they
rappers don't have
actually orchestrated his whole entire character with the help of him
facts.
because he said a lot of stupid stuff. So with the help of him, he said a lot of stupid stuff, a lot of stuff he could have went without saying. That's
If
one thing
Donald
people.
Trump
Let me,
didn't go in on and just hang out with the white supremacists and make them the face of his movement,
right,
it was his ego got the best of him because he liked those people because they rooted for him and cheered for him. But because you had
right,
all those white supremacists that you put out in the forefront, it stopped the majority of other people from hearing your message because that's
right,
all they saw.
But I
right,
appreciate that there's white supremacists in America because if they don't exist, I know I can exist. I know my rights can exist. Because if you give them a right to be racist, okay, so we're fair. I could go to the same rallies that they're at with 1 million people and shut them down. Now
right,
violently, with facts, with proof of all the violent things they did, and they will shut up. They will shut up. If I show them all the pictures of the hangings that they did, they will relax. I'm pretty sure they will
right.
look at it like, oh shit, they will get up out of there. Because you got facts to back up their nonsense. They don't got facts to back up no nonsense against black people, the KKK. They don't got no facts to back up none of
Absolutely.
the nonsense that they speak. But I got pictures of the shit that they done. I
Yeah,
got
but they're
Right.
stupid and they don't care about facts.
That's the problem.
Right. It's actually all about money. That's it. And ownership of things. That's what it's all about for them.
Because they're
Money.
lazy and
Ownership of things.
they think,
Power.
yeah, they don't want to lose power. They see us coming up and they're like, oh shoot, now I'm gonna have to work harder. because now just me being white isn't giving me anything like what it used to do in the 50s.
Right, because when they go in for the interview, the person who's interviewing, she's Puerto Rican. So his white card, all right, so I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You gotta check that you're black on the application now. Just so you can come in here, bro. And that bothers them. It does. It affects them in a power way. Cause like, damn, my aunt doesn't have that job no more. You gave it to the Dominican lady. That shit bothers them, bro. Because they don't have the advantages in life. Facts. They look at other races like criminals. They look at them like criminals in reality. That's how they look at them. They look at them as encroaching on their property. And they look at that as criminal. And then fathers. And it's okay.
For anybody that just joined the chat, this is the Meth Lab right here. We was talking about Kanye. We're talking about Kanye. Did Kanye say too much on a Drink Champs interview? You know what I'm saying? Could he be in danger behind everything he said on a Drink Champs interview? You know, feel free to call in. Anybody could jump into the chat. You know, the StreamYard link is in the comment section. This is the Meth Lab. It's your host, Big Twin. You already know.
He should tell me.
Big Twin, thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm going to drop out now. And thank you, VR.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Thank you, Natasha. All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay. I appreciate the intellect. I appreciate smart women because, damn, bro, because society doesn't respect the intelligence of a woman, bro.
VR, we got a caller.
Bring him up.
How you doing? We in the Meth Lab. You in the Meth Lab?
Yo, what up, man?
What up? What up? Sound familiar?
Yeah, it's your people.
State your name, gangster.
Yo, it's Ultraviolet, dude.
Ultraviolet Beethoven.
Okay.
We got Morpheus in the building. Yeah. We got Morpheus. Yeah.
We got a strong individual right there, bro.
Yeah, we got Morpheus in the building. You already know. Hey, yo, Ultra. Let me know.
I don't know what the topic is of discussion, but I just felt like calling in. Because the last caller explained some things that, for the most part, had me intrigued, you know?
Go ahead, elaborate.
Well, for the most part, I was just having a lot of discussion about, I guess you would say, Anglo-Saxon white America.
Right.
But ultimately, a lot of that can be a distraction from the grave threat, which is implemented on a consistent basis from individuals who don't want you to see who are accurately there to not only disguise their efforts to hurt humanity, but indigenous people and people across the globe. So that's one thing we have to start kind of concentrating on and getting an idea of, because a lot of this other stuff is more or less a divisive method to keep humanity apart when we're all under attack.
Absolutely. But okay, so you said that, but name one decisive message that they're putting out that, like, you know, to keep us thinking that we're all under attack.
Well, I would say one thing is the whole sense of inclusion. You have one of the most popular rappers using his platform, or businessmen on his platform now, suggesting that we become more inclusive by saying that we got to shift the lens where individuals can open up a more progressive outlook. Because it's this whole sense of progression where people are supposed to be more lenient towards specific groups of people that are heavily endorsed by major corporations to push an agenda, which is necessarily looked upon as a form of civilization or being civilized in a civilization, you know, which is basically causing a lot of the uproar in America and causing more of the decisiveness, because it's keeping people from realizing that a lot of the things that in a conservative outlook doesn't always have to do with Christianity, but it also has to pertain to more or less a moral code of individuals coming together as a nuclear family and a lot of other things. So a lot of these things are, to answer it short, a lot of it is an attack on the nuclear family. A lot of it is an attack on the fact that they don't want humanity to grow. They want to have a basic So that's where the attack comes from. A lot of these things are turned through the financial institutions where they consistently get away with murder, but those are not your typical Anglo-Saxon white people that are basically working on farms and doing agriculture based off of things that, yeah, they learned from us. But regardless of what, if you're getting fresh organic fruits, which is some of the things that people like Bill Gates doesn't want, that's a problem.
Right, because your man Bill Gates and all that is starting his own farm and all that. Like, what's the story on that?
He brought up a lot of the farmland throughout the Midwest and elsewhere, because how else can you control people? You control people through the food.
Absolutely.
You control people through the medical, through controlling the medical institutions and the information, the inflow of information, so that we have an accurate understanding of what's going on in accordance to science. Science is nothing but a pocketbook right now. You can pay people to claim that they are scientists to have an idea of what science is, or the actual laws that are implemented in regards to getting an idea of what science is.
He's speaking
that's heavy right there.
They're starting a revolution, but independently. They're taking pockets of revolution. They're controlling the water, the food, the science, the economics, the education. That's all the things you need for a revolution, but they're doing it independently. One does something over here, another one does something over there, but that's a revolution. That's
and they
a new
form like Voltron in the end.
They form
like Voltron.
He's absolutely right, because revolution is really just an idea of change. You know, that's basically it. It's not a negative or a positive. Revolution is going to occur. There's going to be consistent change. You know,
he's speaking facts. He's speaking all facts, because it has no agenda. Revolution. It goes with whoever puts it together. And if the puzzle at the end is against black people, Spanish people, Chinese, well, that's their revolution. That's theirs. Just like in Venezuela, their revolution was against the United States. It was whoever's in it. Has no race, color, or creed. It was the United States. See? It had no face to it. It was against something.
Yeah, that's it. United States is more than a corporation. You're dealing with a person, because a person is basically a corporation.
Absolutely.
We use the term person, and we accept it as a way of claiming our identity of what an individual biological being is. And
you know what? We was just touching on that a minute ago. We was touching on how the U.S. is really just a corporation. You know what I'm saying? If it's just a corporation, have it not been a corporation, we'd have a prime minister. But because it's a corporation, we have a president. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
You're not wrong at all.
Right.
President is nothing more than another chairman of the board, a CEO.
Yep.
You can have a good CEO, you can have a bad CEO. It's not in the best interest of the individuals that have control over finances and everything else, from an individual who makes executive decisions to basically work against. So that's a part of the thing as well. Am I a fan of any specific president? No, not at all. But my thing is for the ones that assist people through proper distribution of wealth, good economic sound ideas. That's something that comes with strategy.
Right.
Some of the presidents actually believe they were presidents, and the ones that did believe they were presidents and working and didn't work in accordance with everything that dealt with globalism were the ones that were demonized.
It's heavy, and it's a fact.
And, more or less, we put effort into looking at the ones that are complete puppets as the individuals who are to be idolized.
That's heavy right there. Hey, yo, for all the people listening and all that, I want to hear this from you, Ultra. Who would you say is the most powerfulest man in the world?
Wow, that's question that and from what standpoint? I mean, are we
from the standpoint?
Very difficult. That's a very difficult.
From the standpoint of economy,
Economically.
Economically.
Well, you got to look at it this way. You got damn near getting close to being prisoners now. And those are actually the individuals who take advantage of the system that pertains to legalese or the legal language that most of us don't understand. So we get caught up in ideas of mandates and caught up in other things that are not lawful terminology. So that's one of the things that we issue. So the people that are like, I would say to answer your question directly, people like
he don't want to say nothing. Caught him. Got you. You don't want to say nothing, which is understandable. Which is understandable.
Yeah, these are definitely one of the more wealthy individuals. But then you got to look at it from this standpoint. Who are the ones that are directly being heavily promoted by institutions as heads of companies and corporations that are ran by DARPA or ran by the Pentagon itself? So honestly, the real more powerful people are the ones in the Pentagon, and a lot of the people that don't even report who they are on a wealth basis.
Right.
And certain people that are part of certain communities or people that are a part of certain nations or things that present themselves as nations that are corporations as well. I would say that too, because I think certain countries, that establish themselves with the sense of being a part of a state. I won't mention the name. I'll just say the letter I. They have a lot of control over not only your politicians, but also your major business.
But also the businesses
in the world today.
Yo, that's a fact. Hey, yo, Ultra, good looking for calling into the show. I appreciate you, my brother. I'm gonna hit you up on a later tip. You already know.
Yo, my pleasure, man. Yo, have a great day, brother.
You already know. Yeah, that was ultraviolet Beethoven. That was ultraviolet Beethoven right there. He's actually a rapper, right? The dude that was just on here that y'all just was listening to, he's actually a rapper from the old school. You know what I'm saying? He got songs with a lot of everybody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna get into it. One day we gonna come back on here with him. You know what I'm saying? But that's a dude that was actually in the industry that y'all was just listening to and all that. You know what I'm saying? We got Twin NYC in the building. Hey yo, fam likely. Hey yo, fam likely. Fam likely.
What's going on?
Fam likely.
Yeah.
What's going on? You in the meth lab, fam likely. You already know.
Yeah, I like that topic, man. Word. I was watching from the beginning.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it official with you, yo. That interview was powerful. You saw that joint?
Yeah.
Yo, that was powerful.
Hell yeah.
Yo, he was kind of going off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was going off. You already know.
I'm touching on it straight up. Word.
Yeah.
The nigga, what's his name too? That kid is smart. The kid you just had up there, Venezuela Reyes. Word. He made a lot of. Yeah. He made a lot of what you call it? A lot of good points, yo. Word.
Right.
Word. Son is smart right there for real.
No. He's from up the block. Yo, he's from 182nd and all that. He's from that area. Yeah, yo. Yeah,
Where?
This nigga just showed, he just showed St. Martin's on the chat early on, and if you go back later on to this video and you looking like the beginning, he showed St. Martin's and all that, yo, on there.
He know bucking all them niggas from up there.
But I think he's a little bit younger, so he might not and all of that.
Oh,
he might not.
Oh, he younger than that. Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey, yo, for anybody that just entered the chat. You in the meth lab. Today's topic, we talking about Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? Did Kanye West say too much on that Drink Champs interview? Did he say too much? Could this possibly put him in danger? Yo, how you feel about it? You know what I'm saying? Did he say too much or what? What's up?
Yo, you know the vibe I got off of him? Yo, he hasn't spoke to anybody in a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? Man. You know that guy, he's not that social. You know what I'm saying? He don't do the interviews and all that like that. You know what I'm saying? So he had a lot to say. You know, Nori actually said, I was listening to Nori talking with Fat Joe. And Nori actually said Kanye hit him up. That was kind of random. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't like planned out from a long time ago, and that was random. Like Kanye and Nori, they had a few conversations. They talked for hours or whatever. But then Kanye called Nori the next morning and was like, yo, I'm ready, yo, get me up there or whatever. So, you know, Nori had to call his crew. You know, it takes 3 hours in advance to set up Drink Champs, you know, to set that layout up. Of course, it takes 3 hours in advance. So Nori had to call his people, yo, get down there now or whatever, you know, set it up. Boom, boom, Kanye's coming this morning. You understand what I'm saying? So they had, you know, so Kanye, he showed up to the studio before Nori got there. He was like, oh, Nori ain't here, and left and went to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And then came back. Came back, you know, he came back and Nori was there and then they laid it down. But yeah, the vibe I got off of him is a dude that didn't talk to nobody in a long time, yo. You know what I'm saying? That he don't get to be social. So he had a lot to say, you know what I'm saying? And he was sitting with some brothers he felt comfortable with, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I think he ran his mouth a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, it might could be another reason, but that's what I got the vibe off of, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, but you know what's crazy? Yo, he was dropping science though. Yo, he was dropping science. Nori's like, hold up, take a shot. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he kept interrupting him to take a shot while he's dropping science. Like, yo, chill, yo, let this man talk, man. Let him talk, yo.
All right. Yo, you know, on the same note, yo, you know, it's not water champs, you know, it's drink champs, liquor, alcohol, you understand, right? So that's kind of a part of it. But I understand what you're saying from an intelligent, like,
science, like you gotta let that ride, yo.
Yeah, he's dropping knowledge, yo. You let him speak the knowledge, yo. We need that. You know what I'm saying? We need that more than anything. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah. We need that more than we need to see him taking a shot. Now, I get you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Word. That's a fact and all of that. Hey, yo, we about to get up out of here, yo. We going on like almost 2 hours, yo.
Yeah, you know, I got her out here and all that. I'm out, you know, and or whatever, you know. Straight up.
All right.
Yeah, but yo, salute, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
good
salute.
shit,
you already know.
You already, yo. Peace out to chat. Everybody in the chat. I see y'all. You already.
Yo, I'm gonna holler at you in a minute.
All right, you already. One.
All
right, you already.
Yeah. That's Twin NYC TV. You know, y'all could go over there to Twin NYC TV and y'all could subscribe and all that too over there. He actually puts a lot of the science on there too. You know, the different rap news and all that too. You know what I'm saying? He actually does all that too. You know what I'm saying? We you know, we some dudes that we knew about hip hop. We knew about hip hop and all of that before we knew how to add and subtract, yo. This is the Meth Lab. Yo, salute to everybody that came through today. Shout out to all of y'all. I hope everybody smashed that like button and all that. Hey, yo, catch me on the next one, yo. Let's address the chat before we leave. Salute to True LES. That's the guy right there. That's the G. Salute to Zaid. You already know. Salute to Natasha for coming through. Salute to Cosmology Bay. Salute to Twin NYC TV. Salute to Far Rock. Salute to John Shaft. Salute to Jay Moore. You know what I'm saying? Jay Moore is one of the day ones and all that too. You know, we gotta bring him. We're gonna bring him up here on the show too one day. You know what I'm saying? Because you know he's definitely got a lot to talk about and all of that. He was there, you know, real busting niggas in their heads and all that out here. You know, he was there with us and all of that. So we definitely got to bring him on the show. Hey yo, anybody I forgot? Sorry about that. Hey yo, this is Big Twin. This is the Meth Lab. Meth stands for Mathematics, Entertainment, Truth, History. Y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. Catch me on the next one. You already know. Yeah.